Hey everybody, it's Debbie. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope I get to visit with you in the comments later today. We are continuing my color story, and if you missed the first few videos of the year, it is a very calming green because I feel very chaotic with all the Christmas decor and I really needed it to quiet down. I need that peace. And also the blush pink, it feels like a caress to me. Cozy is something that when there's snow outside and the temperatures are dropping, you really want to feel the cozy in the look of your room as well. And that can come in much richer colors than what I'm using. But for me, which is my happy place, these colors really do that. So we're going to be working in the family room. We're going to do textures. We're going to layer the colors. And I'm just going to give you some really simple decor ideas because I'm keeping it simple in this room. So you get cozy and let's get decorating. Okay, I have to say something here. I recorded most of this yesterday and I wasn't feeling well and I was editing and I'm like, this has to be re-recorded. And I thought I was done. I mean, it's getting close to publish time. And I went back in to put some of the new filming in and I had to take out even more. So you're going to see me in a couple outfits, I think. And you're also going to see things a little out of order, and I apologize. Just know I just wanted to bring you the best I could. So let's get right away. The last thing I'm going to do, which is going to be first in the video, is my pillows and throws. I already showed this when I was doing my color story for the year, kind of my first video for the year. This is a very textured, soft green. It's got some very interesting fringe on it. I was not able to find this for you, but I'll link something similar or a similar color story. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you the pillows and then I'll put it all out together. The pillows, I showed you the pillow covers. Maybe they were already in the pillows. I can't recall. I got these this year on Amazon and I love that pattern. And then these had not yet come in. This is a chenille. It's so beautiful. And it's, as you can see, it's scalloped and there's a really pretty embroidered edge. Super high quality. So I'm going to pop this on the sofas and we'll move on. So if you didn't want to change another thing in your room, changing out your pillows, covers, and adding a different style or color throw on your sofa, you've already brought in a completely different look. You could leave your wall art the same and the things on your consoles the same and even your coffee table, but you would have brought in a color that's different. And I'm not going to stop there. Wow, did that just tie these colors together? I love this rug. And so does Bella. She can't keep herself off of it. It was hard to get it straightened out because she just wanted to lay on it. It's so soft. And this is a washable. And I didn't open it for you before, so you can see it's kind of distressed. But it's definitely the colors that I'm using here in the exact shades of green and pink. I did order a rug mat to go underneath it, so that's just not here yet. And now we're going to style the table. So let's start on the coffee table. You know what? Do you struggle with finding that, I don't know, that I want to say this, the je ne sais quoi of coffee table decorating in magazines, or if you're watching, Homeworthy or somebody else that does a lot of tours of professional designer homes. They are very beautiful, and often you'll see the same formula repeated. Especially in those, you'll see that they've almost divided up a space in four, and they use very large coffee table books, and very often those are almost the same height, which I find interesting, not something I would do. And then there's different sculptural pieces, maybe a hurricane lamp, if you're into coral, something like that. But one thing that I find very difficult with that kind of a coffee table setup is functionality. And you guys know I'm all about that. I want the decor, but I want the function. And so this is a spot where we live, and I want a place to put. The whole reason they named this coffee table is back in the days when people had coffee all day long, they needed a spot to sit it down when they were visiting with each other. And so if you cover up the coffee table and you leave no empty space, you're going to have an issue where somebody's got to keep it on their lap. I know there's a long story, but I'm just trying to help demystify how to do a coffee table. I believe there's like 5 things to keep in mind. Something to ground, whether it's a tray or a runner, and I'm going to use both today. A couple of coffee table books for height and perhaps color, and because you like them, something of interest that relates to you or the room. Maybe that is a piece of coral or seashell in my case, or, I don't know what else it might be for you. I'm not using that today. And then a botanical, and lastly, space. So that's really easy. If you keep that formula in mind, you will be successful in creating something that looks great and functions. So let's get started with it. I don't see a lot of people use a table runner. I do it for a couple of reasons. One is, you see I have creamy color furniture, and the tray I'm going to use is also that. So it's nice to add a little bit of color. It provides texture. I'm going to use a fairly large tray. It would be a mistake to use something too small. So this is going to be the main thing that's going to hold everything for me on my table. I like an angle. However, if you are a very symmetrical person, you probably are going to prefer it this way. There isn't a right or wrong way to go. And you could also do like the 2/3. I'm going to take up 2/3 of it, and my empty space is going to be here. But I think I'm going to keep mine in the center at an angle. For me, I'm using coffee table books that are decorator books. And fortunately, I happen to have 2 of them that are in my color story. They fit perfectly in here. Now, if I didn't have this at an angle, I'd put these in an angle. But I don't want to do both. On top, I could put any kind of item. You could do something with a little height. Today, I'm just going to use these little beads. And for my botanical, I'm using a topiary that's a little short. Putting a really tall topiary there would not be smart because you do want to be able to visually see the person, and it's just too high. Thinking about scale, it's like, yeah, I want some height, but if you're going to do something really tall there, you're going to need something taller over here to keep the balance. There's a little bird on this, and so I'm going to be repeating the bird in the room elsewhere. I think I'm going to do that. So right now, what have I got? I've got my grounding. These are both grounding. So that's 1. 2 is my books. 3 is my sculpture. 4 is my botanical. And then 5 is my space. I could be done, but I have a little space here. You don't have to fill everything up. I like to always incorporate some kind of decorative coaster so that my table's protected. I've said it before, this table's indestructible, but I still like a coaster. I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if this is helpful for you, or if you've got it down, maybe you have your own formula for figuring out how to do a coffee tablescape. I think that pink runner, again, it just kind of, without it, it really would have made that tray almost look like it was floating. And another thing to think about when you're doing a coffee table is not a whole bunch of little things. That's why if you limit it to 4 items and then remember your space, you're going to have to use kind of large items to have an impact. All right, I'm not going to do anything garland-wise. Remember, I'm keeping it simple, but I am going to put 2 hurricanes up on my mantle on the sides that have some deeper rose-colored candles in them. This is what I'll be using. These are really hard to come by. This particular one, not available anymore. I got it online at Walmart, and really pretty and a really good price. And then this is from Hobby Lobby. You can get lots of colors. It actually smells really, really good. I'm not going to do anything fancy or pretty inside. I am keeping it very simple. So on the console, I really want something, I'm sitting over here or I walk into the room, I want it to catch my eye. I don't want it too busy, and I want it to reflect the room. The very first thing I did after Christmas was this table. And I went downstairs and found topiaries. These, I don't know where they're from, but I will check and see if I can link something at least very similar. They are plastic, but they look really pretty. And no bows, nothing extra. This is going to end up very symmetrical as well. I decided to bring in these tapered candle holders from Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure they still have them. They're pretty heavy and they come in graduated sizes. They may even come in a 3rd size, but I only have the 2 sizes. Another really soft, creamy color with all this twist in it. It's feminine, and it's just speaking to me in this soft, really kind of a romantic room. what would you put in the center? I'm going to use a stack of books, but after I did that, I was downstairs and I found this, which is just a little tray from Michael's from a couple years ago, I think. Could have been last year. And I just love the soft colors in it. And then we've got that really sweet color of green. I'm going to be covering up the picture. It's okay. It adds more interest to what I'm putting down. And I kind of feel like it gives that collected or curated look. Every Christmas, we go to the bookstore with the family, and this was a new John Grisham, The Widow. I haven't read these, but I read the back, or I read the inside jacket cover, and that sounded good. One of the grandkids kept bringing me books, and I'd say, no, 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 but I always read about it. And so I really don't even remember what this one was, but we were in the bargain section and it spoke to me. And then maybe he brought me this one too. I don't know. The Senator's Wife. I like thrillers, you guys. This one says it's from Reese's Book Club pick. Oh, author of The Last Mrs. Parrish. I really liked that book. While I'm not opposed to using books that you get at the thrift store or whatever, I love it when I have books that I'm currently trying to read to be able to use in room decor. I'm putting these spines away. Sorry that I can't get that close up because the sofa's right here. But I don't want to see the top of that. So I'm taking another sculpture piece. This green is working well with the rest of the greens. That round shape is mimicking and repeating the pattern of that round shape. But we're sitting it on rectangles and squares. So I love that. I love that. But I'm not done. I have one more little thing. This is super symmetrical. I'm not the symmetrical girl. So I'm going to add one piece over here. And it's going to be a cute little bird. Repeating my bird from the coffee table. I know this is far away, but I really wanted you to get a sense of how this feels when you are sitting in this room. So we're in the corner of the area we were just at. I have the bar cart scooted over here, which I'm not going to do today. It'll be in a follow-up video where I probably will reveal all three rooms together. And I had this, I think, up in our sitting room. This piece of art is probably from Hobby Lobby. It's got like a double mat on it, but the reason I love it, well, for now, it's very Valentine-esque with the message, so I do love that. But that green motif print is very similar to what I've got going on in the pillow covers, and so I thought it was very pretty here. Okay, we have one last bare space to deal with, so let's get started. So I shopped the house for this. The first thing I found down in my stash were these artichokes. These were from Michael's, I think 2 years ago. And I thought, well, I love the texture. I love the green. I'm going to set these on either side. This was, I absolutely adore these. I have had them for years. A set of 3 graduated sizes and all a little different. I got them at Ashley Furniture Store. If you are shopping there, I assume it's still the same way. And you can ask to buy the decor items that they're using to stage a room. So I know it was a really good buy. And I mean, they're definitely more on the French country side. I just love them. I love all the different, just the sculptural part. I love the distressed look, and they have a little green in them. This one doesn't, but the others do. There's just a touch of green up here, down here and in the legs of this one. And this one has even more green on it. Plus, I added that soft pink tassel, which is the same color as everything else in here. I just love it. I rarely put candles on these. I just think that some of these balls are just so interesting. And it's such a pretty look. So no wreath or anything above it. This has a whole lot of height. In fact, when I add my lamps, you're gonna go, that seems a little off scale, but I like it. And that's what's next. You guys, I knew I wanted lamps here, and I scoured the internet for some pink lamps that were not expensive. And I found some, but I didn't love the shade. So I also bought new shades. They came with white shades, which were just fine. But I think the combination, you're gonna love it. I think this is so pretty. It's got a brushed gold base, and it's I don't know, it's a very traditional or maybe leaning modern base to the lamp. I had been looking at the double gourd ones. In the end, this was the one that met my price, and it also has different plugs if you're using it at the bedside or something for charging. And this is how you turn it on, and it comes in 3 levels of light. Now, comes with a white shade, but these are the shades that I bought to go with it. And again, I have the bird repeating in here. I just thought this was just gorgeous. And it's not over there, it's not competing with any pattern in the room. I think well, I know it came in 2 sizes. I think this is a larger size. It's still a very small lamp, not that small. I think it's 25 inches, 24 total. But it would be nice. I don't know. I go back and forth. I could do 2 really good sized lamps, but you know I like to put artwork back here. So I like to keep the lamps a little bit smaller so that I'm not blocking the artwork completely. I stole these 4 canvases from my sitting room. I had so much fun. I hope you did. I love the colors that are drenching this room. And then as I stand here, I see them going all the way through. It really does something to my mood and my psyche, and that's all about the psychology of color. So whatever colors are speaking to you right now, I love hearing it in the comments. Don't forget to give me a like. When we come back, I'm not sure what area. I never like to promise because things change, but what am I working on? The laundry room. I'm at a point where I really want to start wallpapering, but my husband said, and rightly so, you have 2 rooms you've already started and not finished. This is a little Debbie problem. So I really need to, it kind of puts it in me that I want to finish wallpapering one of either the butler's pantry or the dining room so I can get in there. I was starting to think that I wasn't even going to do it. And as I was refreshing the laundry room, I pulled it out. I was like, no, I still really love this. Go with your first gut. I think that that's usually the right one. And anyway, I don't know where I'm going, but we definitely have to come back and finish the kitchen and finish this room and do a complete reveal. So whatever it is, I hope you'll join me. I'll see you in the comments. Thanks again, and God bless.